each there comes a time when they are figuratively tapped on the shoulder and offered the chance to do a very special thing, unique to their talents. That is a great quote by Winston Churchill. Here's my question to business owners and leaders. What is your very special thing? What are you doing in your business to create a sustainable, influential legacy? Remember, as a business owner and leader, you're in a privileged position to influence more to a greater degree than most. You have a responsibility. Hey everyone, Marcus Hamaker with the POV Podcast. We're on a mission to help and empower 1 million small businesses monthly. Last episode, we discussed how personal character is the foundation of your company's culture. Today, we're exploring company culture and how it is the foundation of your organization. Now, company culture is not just a trendy buzzword. Culture is the foundation on which your entire organization is built. Without a thriving, intentional company culture, even the best business strategies will falter. And today, we will discuss why culture is your ultimate strategic advantage, how you can tackle today's workplace challenges, and why the stakes for investing in culture has never been higher. Stick with me until the end for actionable tips and a story that shaped my own view on company culture. All right, when we think about running a successful organization, we're so quick to focus on goals, revenue, and KPIs, and those are great, very important. But what if I told you the ripple effect of a positive company culture reaches far beyond office walls? A healthy company culture gives people purpose. Every human being wants purpose, empowering them to show up as the best versions of themselves, not just at work, but at home and in their communities. Being a business leader is no different than being a teacher or a coach. It's about influence and investing in others. Imagine the influence you could wield as a leader by building a culture where employees can thrive. You'd impact not only their well-being, but also their families, their communities, and yes, even their world. Investing in others and fostering a culture of growth and lasting impact creates a legacy that endures far beyond you and your business. It's all about legacy. In his book, Everybody Matters, Bob Chapman shares the inspiring story of how he transformed his entire company, Barry Waymiller. It's a good read, and it highlights the profound impact on fostering a strong company culture and how it impacts the bottom line. It's a testament to how caring leadership can drive meaningful change. Leaders, the opportunity is massive, but it isn't just about spreading positivity. It's about realizing the competitive edge that culture creates. And that brings me to our next segment. Without strong culture, strategy alone cannot save your business. Listen, I can't overstate this enough. No matter how bulletproof your strategy is, it will fail without the cultural glue holding your organization together. Now, here's an example. Imagine you're launching an ambitious new initiative, a new product. You've laid out a detailed roadmap, allocated resources, and even enlisted a few experts. But your team isn't aligned, and your work environment breeds burnout and disconnection. What happens? Well, execution will fall flat, period. Years ago, I moved to a new city, and I was moving from one industry to another. I really struggled to find a job. I started applying for virtually everything. I ended up getting a random job, and it was miserable. The role wasn't hard, but the guy who owned the company was a complete jerk. It was one of the worst 6 months of my life. And at one point, I actually cried on the way to work. Grown man crying on the way to work. It was that feeling of being totally trapped. I needed the job and I couldn't quit the job. Normally, I'm a guy who can handle this type of thing, but I needed the job. I just felt so trapped. And this guy made it miserable. Not only did I feel trapped, but I was consistently disrespected every single day. It was like I was in prison. And man, that was such a great learning experience. Because of that job, that one job, I vowed to never take my eye off the company culture, no matter where I was at. And you know, research consistently shows organizations with strong culture outperform their peers. It's proven. Employees become emotionally invested and they believe in the mission. They collaborate better and they innovate more. Remember, every human wants purpose. Why? Because culture drives behavior. Behaviors drive results. But what makes culture your strategic advantage? Well, think about what truly sets an organization apart. It's not just a fancy product or savvy marketing. It's always about the people. It's the people behind the business. And culture is what attracts, retains, and inspires those people. Here are 3 reasons great culture creates strategic advantage. Number 1, attraction. Talented professionals gravitate to companies that embody respect, trust, and purpose. And the law of attraction is a real thing. Second is retention. A strong culture keeps employees engaged and loyal, reducing costly turnover. If you have a high turnover in your company, you have to look at the culture because people don't like change. Change is hard for most people. And if they're bailing, you got to look at your culture. And then third is innovation. When people feel empowered, they take risks, share ideas, and collaborate in ways you never imagined possible. Your competitors can copy your strategy. They can't copy paste your culture. Your company culture is your best competitive advantage, period. It needs to be a part of your strategic plan, and it needs to be on the forefront of your mind every single day. It's unique to your people. And when it's nurtured, it becomes the ultimate advantage in your marketplace. Now, we know that culture isn't without its challenges, so let's look at some of that. We're living in a time of rapid workplace evolution, AI, digital transformation. Everything's moving so fast. There's hybrid models, remote teams. There's a lot of generational diversity. There's employee burnout. These factors are forcing leaders to rethink culture. I learned this the hard way in a previous leadership role. There's one moment in particular that really challenged me. One of our employees wasn't meeting the expectations crucial to a project's success. It was holding everything back. I needed to write them up after multiple warnings, and I did, but I was incredibly frustrated, and frankly, I handled the whole situation really bad. I addressed it in a way that lacked empathy and respect, and frankly, I was a bully. What happened next was a turning point for me and for our company. Our HR manager, at my request, wrote me up too. I wanted to write the employee up, but I also had the HR manager write me up because how I handled the situation. I wasn't above the culture I was working so hard to create. That experience humbled me and reminded me that fostering a positive culture started with ourselves as leaders. It was about integrity for me too. I needed to have the same expectation for myself that I did for other people. And I can't preach culture and then blow it up myself. So being intentional, especially amidst the noise of modern challenges, is critical. A thriving company culture doesn't just happen. It takes integrity, like I just mentioned. It takes time, it takes consistency, and it takes investment. Now, leaders, I'll be honest with you, the stakes couldn't be higher when it comes to cultivating your culture. A check the box approach won't cut it anymore. Organizations that fail to prioritize culture are already losing ground. Take the time to assess your organization's culture, even if you're just a one or two, or if you're just a two-man business, if you're a three-man business, you have to look at how your culture is. Start small if you need to, but don't hesitate to invest. Here's how to get started. As an owner or leader, be courageous enough to look in the mirror. What do you need to do better to cultivate a better company culture? It starts with you. Conduct anonymous surveys to understand employee sentiment. And this is hard because you're going to get some pretty critical feedback, but it's so important. Don't be scared of it. Host open conversations where team members can share honestly. And if you as the owner are communicating that you want to really focus on culture, that's a huge step because that's going to open the door for others to come in and agree and then contribute. You have to model the behaviors you want to see. Above all, remember the most valuable asset in your business is your people. It's not the product, it's not the service, it's the people behind the business. All right, that's it for today. I hope you're walking away inspired to tackle your company culture, and I hope that you're looking at this differently, how it is a strategic advantage to have a good company culture. Remember, culture drives behavior, behavior drives results, and results drive growth. Start with your people, and you can change the world. If this episode added value, I'd love to hear about it. Please comment, like, and please subscribe to the channel. And be sure to head over to thepovpodcast.com for more resources. A big thank you to our sponsor, Boost USA. Please check them out at bu-st.com, and the link will also be in the description. Man, have a great day. See you next time.